When Maya signed the lease for apartment 6B, the landlord gave her one warning. Don't open the locked room. It wasn't a joke. It was in the contract. One door at the end of the hall, sealed with 3 rusted locks. She asked what was inside. He just said, "Old storage. Don't worry about it." But there was something in his voice, like he was afraid to say more. The rest of the apartment? Quiet. Too quiet. At night, she started hearing it. A knock. Always at 3:17 a.m. Once. Then silence. Every night. Same time. Same knock. She told herself it was nothing, just the pipes. But then, one night, she knocked back. And the door knocked twice. In return. After that knock replied, Maya didn't sleep. She kept staring at the locked door, wondering who or what was behind it. The next morning, she noticed something new. A long, thin scratch running down the wall beside the door. Fresh, deep, like something had clawed its way out but didn't make it. She grabbed her phone to take a photo, but the screen glitched every time she pointed it at the door. Weird. So she checked the building's blueprints online. 6B was listed as a 1-bedroom, but in a version from 10 years ago, 2 bedrooms. The locked door led to the second room. Someone had it removed from the official plans. Why? That night, she placed a chair against the door, just in case. But at exactly 3:17 a.m., the chair moved, not fell, slid on its own, and something whispered her name. Maya had to know what was happening at 3:17 a.m. So she set up her phone to record the door overnight. No filters, no motion blur, just raw footage. The next morning, she checked the video. For the first 3 hours, nothing. But at exactly 3:17 a.m., the screen distorted, and then, frame by frame, the doorknob turned. No one there, just the knob, slowly twisting. Then, a shadow passed in front of the lens. No face, no form, just wrong. But here's the part that made her blood freeze. At the end of the clip, the camera caught her, asleep in bed, but right behind her was another face, looking straight into the camera, smiling. Maya couldn't explain the face behind her. She lived alone. She always locked her door, but that smile, it looked like it knew something she didn't. Desperate, she brought the footage to a friend, Eli, a sound engineer. He cleaned up the audio. What they found? Chilling. At exactly 3:17, beneath the static, was a voice, whispering one word over and over again. Stay. 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 Then, just once. You're already part of it. That night, she checked the door again. This time, something had been slipped under it. A photograph, black and white, faded. It showed her, Maya, standing inside the locked room. But she had never been in there. At least, she didn't think she had. Maya stared at the photo for hours. How could she be in a room she'd never entered? She turned it over, written in shaky pen. You forgot, just like the others. Others? That night she examined her bathroom mirror. It had always felt off, too new for the age of the apartment. She tapped it. Hollow. Behind it, she found a false panel. Inside, dust, wires, and a tiny, motion-activated camera. It had been recording her. She yanked it out, furious. But when she looked up, someone was in the mirror. Not a reflection. A man, staring back at her from the other side. He raised one hand, slowly, and in a low, broken voice, he said, "You were here before. You asked to forget." Then, he was gone. Her own reflection returned. But now Maya had a new question. What did she ask to forget? Maya took the photo and the footage to the building manager. She demanded answers, but his face went pale the moment he saw the image. "That's not you," he said. "That's the last girl who lived in 6B. Maya blinked. "What?" He pulled up an old file, a missing persons report from 2 years ago. Same face, same name, Maya Owens. "But that's me." She checked her ID. Same name, same birthday. But now she wasn't sure if it had always been hers. The manager backed away. "You need to leave. That room, it doesn't let go." But when she returned to the apartment, her door was wide open. Inside? Nothing. No furniture, no photos, no sign anyone had ever lived there. Except the locked door at the end of the hall, still shut, still waiting. Maya stood in the empty apartment, stunned. Everything gone. Her furniture, her clothes, even her phone. It was like she'd never been there at all, except for one thing. The locked door, still shut. She walked toward it, but this time the doorknob turned on its own, slow, deliberate, and stopped. Behind her, the front door slammed shut. She was alone, and then the whisper came again, but this time it said, "Welcome back." She grabbed a hammer from the hallway and smashed the lock. The door creaked open. Inside, dust, a bed, a mirror, and on the desk, a journal. With her handwriting. Page after page. "If I ever leave, I forget. If I remember, I can't leave." Suddenly, the mirror flickered, and her reflection stepped out. Same face, same eyes, but smiling. "Your turn," it whispered. And Maya vanished, as if she had never existed at all. 6 months later, apartment 6B was rented again, this time to a student named Lena. Quiet, curious, new in town. She got a great deal. Too good, maybe. The landlord handed her the keys and paused. "You sleep through the night?" Lena laughed. "Yeah, why?" He said nothing. The apartment looked normal, except for one door sealed shut. Landlord claimed it was a supply closet, but on Lena's second night, at exactly 3:17 a.m., she heard it. 3 knocks, soft, patient, like they were waiting for her to answer. She pressed her ear to the wood. Silence. Then from deep inside the room, a voice. Faint. Female. "Don't forget me." Lena stepped back, chills down her spine. She didn't know it yet, but she was already part of the story. And the door? It was just beginning to open.